In the early 11th century, a great storm raged across the lands of Europe. It was a time of immense change, and in the midst of it all, a single boy would be born who would harness that storm and reshape a kingdom forever. He was William, born in Normandy, the illegitimate son of a duke, a child of uncertain parentage, known to his enemies as the bastard. His early years were a constant struggle. As a boy, his life was in perpetual danger from jealous nobles and rival claimants. His guardians were murdered. He grew up on the move, learning to be as cunning as he was ruthless. He survived because he had to. His brutal upbringing forged a man of iron will and unwavering determination. He would tolerate no dissent, and he would never forget a betrayal. By the age of 20, he had not only secured his hold on Normandy, but had begun to look across the English Channel. The throne of England was held by his cousin, Edward the Confessor, a king with no heir. William believed a promise had been made to him that he, William, would one day inherit the English throne. When Edward died in 1066, a new king was crowned in England, Harold Godwinson. William saw this as an insult, a great betrayal that demanded a reckoning. He assembled an invasion fleet, a massive armada of ships and men from all over Europe, promising them riches and land. William the Conqueror did not simply take the throne. He remade England in his own image. He built great stone castles, the Tower of London among the first, to enforce his rule. He replaced the English aristocracy with his own Norman loyalists. He commissioned the Domesday Book, a monumental survey on the entire country, so that not a single penny of tax could be avoided. He was a master of administration, a king who knew his kingdom better than any who had come before him. But his life was not without suffering. The scars of his youth, both physical and emotional, never truly healed. His conquest was a reign of constant rebellion and brutal pacification. He was a man of immense power, but also of deep sorrow. His wife, Queen Matilda, passed away and his sons rebelled against him. He was a conqueror, but he was not a happy man. His end was as violent as his life. In 1087, while campaigning in France, his horse stumbled and he was thrown against the pommel of his saddle, suffering a fatal abdominal injury. He was taken to a monastery where he lay in agony for weeks. On his deathbed, surrounded by his estranged sons and the clergy, he confessed his sins and then died alone. His body was taken to Normandy for burial, but even in death, his life's violence continued. His corpse was so bloated that it could not fit into the stone coffin. As the attendants tried to force it in, the body burst open, filling the church with a foul stench. Men fled in horror from the funeral of the great king. He was buried in a tomb that would later be destroyed by religious wars and rebellion. the great conqueror, who had claimed so much land and power, was left with nothing. His legacy, however, remains. He shaped the language, law, and culture of England, leaving an imprint so deep it can still be felt today.